Welcome back to part 3 for equine education, untacking and putting the horse away. I'm having to chunk the videos into 15-minute increments because YouTube only allows 15 minutes of posting. That's why they're in chunks instead of one video. Okay, Gabe is back in the cross ties. I'm going to condition his feet. The coronet band is this top part right here. You can see where I've previously put the conditioner to help keep this moist. And I also put conditioner inside the hoof on the frog and inside the sole. This helps the nail from not drying out and cracking. And this is also where the hoof grows. The hoof grows here out of the horse's leg and then grows down here. A farrier is a person that comes and gives the horse shoes, and they cut off part of the toenail to make it flat and level, and then they can put the nail on the metal shoes on the bottom with nails through the hoof. And this goes through the toenail, just like you and I have fingernails and toenails, and it doesn't hurt when we cut them. So the conditioner is here. I actually set it in a bucket of hot water while I ride so that it warms up and becomes more like a liquid. It's I made one with olive oil and coconut oil, and in cold weather it solidifies and becomes hard. So I'm just going to paint the conditioner around the coronet band here, just like that. And I'm also going to paint on the inside of the hoof. Let me grab his hoof here, just like this. So I'm going to paint it, and then I'll show you what it looks like painted. Okay, so I painted the coronet band there, and he's given me his other foot because I haven't done that. Nope, I want this one. Give me this one. There. And I painted the inside. Remember the frog again? And the inside. Perfect. Now, something else about horses. Okay, so I painted his 4 coronet bands. That shoe or hoof I painted all the way down. It's not necessary to paint the whole hoof, really only where the hoof is growing out. The other thing that dries out hooves would be what the horses are riding in, like sand, dries out their hooves, and also their stalls have shavings in them. A lot of shavings have turpentine, which dries out the wood and the horse's feet as well. Something else that I haven't showed you is the chestnut. This is like a little callus that the horse has on the inside of its legs. Here's the other leg and the callus, right, the chestnut right there. Technically, when you pick up a horse's hoof, you saw me grab down here at the bottom, but you're supposed to be able to touch the chestnut up here in the hoof. The horse will pick up its hoof. That's the correct way to train horses, to pick up their feet. And these calluses can grow out and get really dry and brittle and crack. I like to exfoliate Gabe's calluses or chestnuts, and I do that by just putting a Vaseline on. I leave it on overnight, and then tomorrow when I come, it will be really soft, and I can just peel off the dead skin that isn't serving any function except growing out and getting bulky. He has been waiting for his treats. After he rides, he gets treats. So he is telling me right now, where are they? Horses vary in intelligence, but most of them, I think, probably have the acumen of a 5 or 6-year-old as far as learning abilities. So I'm getting him some treats. They smell like raspberries, but ooh, you can hear him nickering. He's getting very excited. But they don't taste like raspberries. I tried them. Here's Poncho. Poncho smells the treats too. And here's Gabe. He's ready. So I have him do stretches after we ride. They're called carrot stretches. I stand at his withers. The withers is this high point right here next to him. And I put the treat on my belly button down here, and he comes and he bends his neck around. You can't really see because I'm too close, but he bends his neck around to get the treat off my belly button. This helps him become more flexible in his shoulders and neck. And he tends to be a little bit stiff, so this is a good exercise for him. You can see his teeth there. He uses his lips to grab the treat. I don't have to worry about him biting me. Their lips are quite strong, very muscular, and quite agile. Let's go to the other side. Whoop. He's so good, he'll scoot over for me with just a little bit of pressure on his side. I'll stand at his withers. He'll curve his mouth around to get to the treat. Here he goes. Their muzzle is very soft. Does have some whiskers on it that they use for feeling things on the ground, but the muzzle generally feels like a rabbit, very soft, short hair. So now Gabe is back in his stall after his ride, after his play, and he is eating his lunch. Horses, or rather miniature horses, can be used as seeing eye horses. In a herd, well, let's back up. In a herd of horses, if one horse goes blind, another horse will take over the role of its eyes for the rest of that horse's life. So if there is a blind horse or a horse develops cataracts and can't see, another horse will take over the responsibility of seeing for that horse. It will stay close to that horse and warn of any danger around. For people, miniature horses can serve as seeing eye animals. They have little tennis shoes they put on the miniature horse's feet so they can go into stores and things like that. You can probably Google that and find it. So just like a seeing eye dog, a miniature seeing eye horse would do the same responsibilities as a seeing eye dog. I hope you've enjoyed our Equestrian Lesson 101, and maybe you've learned a little something too. If you get a chance at some point in your life, it should be great fun to try and ride a horse.